Yes, sir.
य एको जालवानीशत ईशनीभिः सर्वान् लोकानीशत ईशनीभिः य एवैक उद्भवे संभवे च एतद् विदुरमृतास्ते भवन्ति. The one spreader of the net, who rules with his ruling powers, who rules all the worlds with his ruling powers, the one who alone stands in their arising and in their continued existence, they who know that become immortal. So there is a clear definition of God, the supreme power which controls everything, which creates, sustains, and destroys everything. Eko hi rudro na dvitiyaya. There is only one Rudra. There is no second. There is only one Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma. Tadurtham isman lokan anishate ishanibhihi pratyagnaastisthati samchukopayante samsrujya vishwa bhuvanapi gopaha. Rudra, the terrible one, is just one. They stand not for a second, who rules all the worlds with his ruling powers. He stands opposite creatures. He, the protector, after creating all beings, merges them together at the end of time. Now, I want to add a few comments for the benefit of Charles Savage and others who are in the session. If you go back in history, the entire globe, various continents and countries were previously under the Vedic culture. Long back, I'm talking of the ancestors of Rama's time, and I mean many thousands of years ago. Gradually, those Vedic cultural aspects got diluted, though some of the ideas continued. So if you look at carefully, the ethical values are accepted and continued in all the scriptures of the world, whether it is Bible or whether it is Quran or whether it is any other. And nature of God, the existence of God, the difference between atheist and theist is the atheist does not accept an existence of God. He says nature is by itself evolving and it is what it is. But theists, 90% of the world population, or maybe today 70% of the world population, accept God as an intelligent principle which is responsible for the creation, sustenance, and dissolution of the universe, all the processes in the universe. So once you accept God, then the principle of God, who is God, what is the definition of God, you will find exactly that in the Vedas, in the Upanishads, which I am reading now. And same thing you will find repeated in the Bible and Quran in one form or the other. So this book on Dharma Yoga, which I am writing, I am showing this identity of definition of God on one side and also identity of ethical values, Dharma. And yoga also is common. The process of prayer, praise, meditation, concentration, chanting, or repeating, etc., etc. So yoga is common, Dharma is common, and God is common. Vishvataschakshuruta Vishvato Mukho Vishvato Harata Vishvata. What is more interesting is that these ancient scriptures of Upanishads and Vedas, which are large in number and large in size, they give much more intensive descriptions and details than what Bible can give or Quran can give, because they are very small in size. Here we have big text repeatedly again and again they describe Vishvataschakshuhu, the one who has eyes throughout the universe. Vishvato Mukhaha, Vishvato Vahu, face everywhere, and Vishwa spread everywhere in the universe. Some Bahubhyam Dhamatitam Patatre Java Bhumi Janayan Deva Ekaha. Having an eye on every side and a face on every side, having an arm on every side and a foot on every side. The one God forges together with hands, with wings, creating the heaven and earth. What can be more powerful statement than this? And this kind of statements are fully appreciated and endorsed by both Christians and Muslims and Jews and Sikhs, because this is exactly the concept of God they have. Yo devanam prabhavaschodbhavascha vishwadhipo rudro maharshi hiranyagarbha janayamasa purvam na sanod buddhya shubhaya samyunaktuhu. He who is the source and origin of all the gods, all the angels, the rulers of all, the Rudra, the great seer, who of old created the gold germ, may be endorsed with the clear intellect. It's a prayer. या ते रुद्रा शिवान तनुरा घोर पापकाशिनी तथा नस्तुनु वासंतमया गिरिशंताभिचाकशीः. This is mentioned. This mantra is taken out from the Rudrajaya, the Rudrabhishekam, which we do every day. O Rudra, who is Shiva, unterrifying, revealing no evil, with that most benign form to us, appear to us, dweller among the mountains, dweller among the hearts of the caves of hearts. Yamishu girishanna haste viparyatastave shivam giritratam kuruma himsi purusham jagat. O dweller among the mountains, the arrow which you hold in your hand to throw, make kindly, O mountain protected, do not injure man or beast. Tatah param brahma param bruhantam yadha nikaya sarva bhuteshu gudham vishwasyekam pariveshthitaramisham tam jnatva amruta bhavanti. Those who know him become immortal. Those who know who is higher than Brahma, who is supreme, who is hidden in all beings, in all things, body by body, with one embracer of the universe. By knowing him, Isha, the Lord, men become immortal. Vedaham etam purusham mahantam aditya varnam tamasah parastat. This is from the Purusha Sukta. Vrikshaiva tameva viditvat mrityoti me nanyah pantha vidyate yanaya. Only by knowing him, one can pass over death. How it is possible to pass over death? Because you will realize that you are one with God and God has no death. And that is how you become immortal. Not that, your body will remain for thousands of years without death. But the self-realization or God realization will make you immortal. Yasmat param na paramasti kinchit. Yasman natraniyo yasmannaniyo najjayosti kaschit. Vrukshaiva stabdho dividishtatyekastadedam purnam purushena sarvam. Than whom there is not else higher, beyond whom there is nothing higher, than whom there is not smaller, there is nothing smaller, not greater. The one stands like a tree established in heaven. By him, the Purusha or the Supreme Person, this whole world is filled. Now, is an important point of reconciliation between the atheism and theism is to be understood. The atheists accept nature as the ultimate truth, and the essence of nature, which is one transcendental truth, that is called God, and that is not understood by them. So by giving blind descriptions of God, you will get into conflicts with atheists, because they will say that what is all this cock and bull story you are telling? So the mystic descriptions, the philosophical descriptions which are given in this Upanishad or in the Vedas, they will be more satisfying even common people or atheists. Tato yaduttaratam tadanrupamamayam tadetadviramritaste bhavanti etharete dukkhameva pipiyanti. That which is beyond this world is without form and without ill. They who know that become immortal, but others go only. If you don't know the divine nature, you will be in sorrow all the time. If you know the divine nature, you will become immortal, because you become divine. The beauty here is Brahmavid Brahmaya Bhavati. He who knows Brahman will become Brahman. Mahan Prabhurve Purusha Satvai Shesha Pravartaka Munir Malami Aprapti Vishano Jyotiravyayaha. The mighty Lord Prabhu is person, Purusha, the instigator of the highest being, Sattva into the purest attainment. He is the ruler, a light and imperishable. Angushtamatra Purusho Antaratma is just for the size of a thumb or small. Antaratma is there inside you. Sada Jananam Hridaye Sannivishta, always residing in your heart. That's why you will see a light shown in the Christian pictures in the heart. Hridamani Shi Manasabhivruttoya Etad Virumritaste Bhavanti. A person of the measure of the thumb in the inner soul, Antaratman, ever seated in the heart of creatures. He is framed by the heart, by the thought, by the mind. They who know that become immortal. So what a wonderful statement it is. In the Bhagavad Gita also this has been described. And we also have the Purusha Sukta. Sahasrasirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrabat Sabhumim Vishvato Vrutva Archatishthadashangulam, having transcended the whole universe, having spread all the universe, he transcends it. The one which has infinite number of faces and infinite number of legs and hands. I want to just take a small break now. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Disconnect.